Sometimes all good things have to come to an end, and by that we mean Nio. Nio is down about 2% on the day right now, and we've got about 45 minutes left in the trading market. We'll see how things play up for it, but there isn't really any reason for it aside from the fact that it's just been a green day the last couple weeks. You know, we've had a huge run up, well over 40% in the last week or two. But we got a little bit of news coming out of Nio, nothing crazy. But we're also going to talk a little bit about Tesla too and some stuff that they're doing over in China. But before we hop into that, we should guys hit that sub button. Best way to support the channel and keep you guys up to date on all things stock market related news. So the news out of Nio is basically that William Li has said that he thinks that China's sales of EVs will be exceeding over 90%. So Norway, like 40 or 50% of their car sales. I think it's over 50% at this point.
Yeah, it's over 50.
Yeah, it basically over 50% of their car sales from over the past year have been electric vehicles. And Nio is saying that with the infrastructure, with new technology and everything coming into place, he believes that they'll see China's sales of EVs go well above the 90% mark by 2030, which is
that's huge.
Really
That's
damn
ridiculous.
fast. Yeah.
So, it's fast, but also huge because China is like the biggest market, and they sell the most cars,
right,
like any other country. So that's
right.
If 90-some% are EVs, like that's just dumb,
right? And basically, that's going to be good things for Nio and the Nio stock because of the fact that that's all going to play back to us investors because their sales are going to go through the roof. They're going to be expanding into Europe again. They're going to be exporting cars over to Europe until they maybe they'll eventually build a factory over there in Europe so they don't have to export them from China, or they could just keep exporting them. So that's just going to lead to more sales, and I think that's going to be huge. But he said that the shares, he believes again, are going to reach, or the sales are going to reach 90% by 2030, and that sales have gone up to grow to about 11.5% in the all the way leading up to May. So he said that was faster than they expected. So that's fast. That's fantastic news. Considering that they're growing. But he also says as technology develops more, and this will help drive the sales, which basically, he also said that the more autonomous becomes more of a common thing. Like right now, it's still a relatively new technology. So the more that this becomes a real thing and, people start getting more comfortable with it and the technology gets better, it should help drive, smart car sales through the roof as well. So I think that's all good news. But they did say the China Passenger Car Association said the sales of new energy vehicles in China would reach about 2 million units this year. But on the 8th of June, they actually raised that to 2.4 million. So they're growing faster than they expect too. So it's all, obviously not all these sales are coming out of Nio, but Nio's a major footprint over in China with electric vehicles. So they're one of the big names, and I think this is all going to help them in the long run, which in turn helps us investors. So
and I mean, and China itself is fully dedicated to doing more EV stuff in general. They're building crazy amount of charging stations themselves, and doing more battery swap stuff as well. So just the whole government's on board with it, and that's just going to help push more sales, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Tesla news that we have coming out is that they're actually raising the starting price of the Model S Plaid in China by about $9,400. So the starting price of the Model S Plaid is now $165,000 over in China. And also at the same time, the starting price for the Model Y long range in China was raised to around $54,300. It was raised by about $1,200 as well. And on Thursday, the company raised the starting price of the Model S Plaid by $10,000 to basically $130,000 in the U.S.
Right.
And the starting price of the Model Y long range was also increased by $500 to pretty much $52,500 if you want to round up in the U.S. So they are increasing prices, which I don't know. It could be a good thing or a bad thing, but what I'm going to say next is from the website CO, so don't crucify me in the comments. They said the supply chain cost increase makes sense as an explanation for the Model 3 and Model Y price increases, but I am not sure that it makes sense for a $10,000 increase on the Model S Plaid, especially considering that Elon said that the new Model S is actually cheaper to make.
Right.
Makes sense to me. And they also said, I would assume that the new price is only for new orders and that Tesla has made this mistake before, but they believe that they learned from that because they increased it by $10,000, the Model S Plaid in the U.S. a day before they started deliveries. So could you imagine if it was just for everybody? It's like you're so excited, you're sitting there a day before your delivery, and then they just come at you and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna need another 10,000."
Oh man, I bet there's gonna be a lot of pissed off people.
Yeah, so I don't. Like they said, they've made that mistake before, and they think they've learned from it. I hope they learn from it because that's just ridiculous. They've had this problem before with raising prices on people, just out of nowhere, like the whole lawsuit they had with the solar panel stuff. Right. So, yeah, you don't want to keep doing this. It's going to kill you. It looks terrible for you. Raising the price, I don't know if it's worth $10,000, but they did say that it might just be because the demand for the Model S Plaid is higher than they expected.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah, that could be it. And, like, they did cancel the Model S Plaid Plus, so I would assume the Model S Plaid
obviously hurt them. It sounds like Tesla's got it's still a great company. You know, we're still invested in them, but it sounds like they got quite a few things kind of just like it just seems like everything is going wrong for Tesla ever since the whole crypto thing. Like this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about now, but it just seems like ever since he started, everything started snowballing downhill as soon as he's like, "Yep, Tesla's no longer accepting Bitcoin," and that's just when shit hit the fan and it went downhill real quick.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of all over the place right now. Like they canceled the Model S Plaid Plus, they canceled the Model Y basic base model, and then it seems like every month they keep raising the prices.
Right.
So it just to me it seems like they're just kind of all over the place. But I did see that their sales in China did go back up, so that's obviously a good thing. I mean,
it's a good sign. Yeah.
Like, I feel dumb that I have to even say this, but, you know, we're both invested in Tesla. We want the company to do good. It just seems like anytime we say anything slightly negative about Tesla, it's like we get killed in the comments. Like,
yeah, it is what it is. I'm not too concerned.
We just tell it how it is. I mean,
right.
It's still a fantastic company. Don't get me wrong. It's obviously a fantastic company. They're killing it, but it seems like they're in a weird spot right now where just a lot of weird things are going on.
Exactly. But we'll go ahead and look at the stocks for the day and show you guys what they're doing, and we'll kind of just talk about them. So first, we'll start off with Nio. Looking at Nio right now, we're sitting at about 45, just under 45.50. It's kind of bouncing around this 45.50. Doesn't know what it wants to do today, but we are sitting down about 2.25% on the day. It's kind of just been up and down here in the last hour of the trading, but this is the one red day we've been kind of waiting for because we knew it was coming. Because of the massive run-up that we've had. Hopefully this does not signal a turnaround because we look at the stock over the last couple weeks. We can clearly see that it broke this 45 resistance, 46, and hopefully it can kind of just get back up there and bounce off of that and hold, but as long as it doesn't signal another turnaround. So
I think why everything is red today too is because the Fed is supposed to have like a 2-day meeting about inflation. I think it either starts tomorrow or Thursday. I can't exactly remember, but from everything that I've seen, they're not expected to raise rates for another couple years. So that's good news, I guess. So I think that's just why everything is kind of down today because of they're going to be start talking about inflation again.
Right.
So.
Exactly. But
yeah, there's got to be a red day at some point.
Right.
It's healthy for the stock, really.
So hopefully this treats us well and it kind of goes back up and we see this thing start to push back towards the 50 by the end of the week. But again, I'm still predicting 48 by the end of this week, and we'll see what happens with Nio. Yep. But looking at Tesla's down pretty much the same as well, down just under 3% on the day. And it's been down quite a bit, a lot lately. Looking at it, it really hasn't bounced off it hasn't had really any kind of recovery yet. We started to see it clear back here in April, but then it kind of pulled back again. So really still waiting for some kind of recovery here. I still think this is a perfect buy price considering the fact that
yeah.
the price targets on Tesla are through the roof, you know, $1,200 plus. So, I mean, you're easily doubling your money here on this one, but you just got to give it time. And, you know, if Katie Wood over there at ARK Invest is anything remotely close to what her price target is by 2025, you know, $3,000, like, you're going to be sitting fat. Real
and
fat.
the high is 4,000 from them too. So that's just, you know, it's just
ridiculous.
Fat money over there. Just huge gains.
But that's going to wrap up our video for Nio and Tesla. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like, share, notification bell, even the sub button. It helps support the channel. We got links down in the description for Webull where you guys sign up. You guys get, just for signing up, you guys get a free stock valued up to $200. And if you deposit $100, which you don't even have to invest, you just deposit the $100, you get 2 more free stocks valued up to $2,000. And then we got a link down there for the Patreon, and we got one down there for the merchandise if you guys are interested in any of that at all. But again, thank you guys so much for all your support. We'll see you in the next video.